It is now 5:36 on this Wednesday, and today happens to mark 50 years since the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It also marks the 50th anniversary of one of the greatest speeches in American history.
Yeah, we're talking about Robert Kennedy's speech right here in Indianapolis. Our Carlos Diaz is live for us from the Landmark for Peace Memorial at 17th and Broadway. Carlos, good morning.
Good morning, Ben. It's called one of the greatest speeches in American history for good reason. Presidential hopeful Robert Kennedy stood on the back of a flatbed truck right here on this site on April 4th, 1968, and broke the news to a mostly African-American crowd here that Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated earlier that day in Tennessee. For the next 4 minutes and 57 seconds, Robert Kennedy delivered a message of peace and compassion and admiration of Dr. King. RFK never looked down at his notes. Instead, he spoke from the heart, even citing the assassination of his own brother, President John F. Kennedy, as a way to relate to the crowd and how the crowd was feeling.
I would only say that I can also feel in my own heart the same kind of feeling. I had a member of my family killed, but he was killed by a white man. But we have to make an effort in the United States. We have to make an effort to understand, to get beyond or go beyond these rather difficult times.
While riots and violence filled almost every major city in America on that night of April 4th, 1968, Indianapolis remained calm, and many people credit Robert Kennedy's speech here for helping to keep the peace in our city. 50 years later this morning, there will be an event here called Still We Reach, hosted by our own Andrew Moorhead, reflecting on the lasting influence of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert Kennedy and their message of compassion and peace. And in the last 24 hours, President Trump has signed an act into law, citing this memorial and saying it's part of the African-American Civil Rights Network. Ben, Anne Marie.
All right, Carlos, thank you. Important day in our city and in our nation.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.